Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to today's live session of the course Humanities Unplugged. I hope I'm visible and audible.
Yes, you are audible.
Yes, thank you, Yash. So, I'm Geeta Priya and I'm the TA for this course, teaching assistant. So, I'll be handling the live sessions. So, so this is the format. So there is this something called Mentimeter. So I will share the link in the chat box, and you can all log in that. And I have designed a few activities and few questions from the videos you attended in the first week. Yes, good evening, Diksha. Okay, so this is the link for Mentimeter. There is a code as well. As soon as you click on the link, if you enter the code, then you will be able to see my screen. One sec, let me share my screen. Yeah. So just let me know if you are able to see my screen. Yeah, I think everybody can join in through this Mentimeter. So this is like an interactive tool where we can have small games and questions and discussions. So mostly we follow this format, and throughout the course, every week we meet. I will design some activities, some questions for you, and we can also have a lot of discussions, debates, and everything. So let's take it and see how it goes. And if you have any questions or anything, you can stop me at any time and you can ask me. So I hope everyone are able to join the Mentimeter. I'll wait a minute. I'll wait for a minute. Okay. I think all of you have joined. Oh, sorry. What did I do? Let me share my screen again. So I think all of you have joined. Okay, let me wait few more minutes. I hope everyone can access the link because some of you have joined now. Maybe I'll reshare the link in the chat box. Please let me know if you have any difficulties in joining.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, good evening.
Ma'am, I was supposed to just click that link. I mean, I can see nowhere where I have to do something like
Yes.
entering the
Yeah,
code.
yeah. Yes. You just click on the link, then a window will open and you need to enter the code. If you enter the code, you can see my screen.
Ma'am, I'm actually not able to find where I'm supposed to enter the code. It just shows Mentimeter, course instructor, and teaching assistant.
Okay, then you're already in.
Ah, okay, ma'am.
Then you're already in. Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, no issues. Okay. Okay then. So let's begin. I have so let's start with an icebreaker. So now if you want to introduce yourself without mentioning your name, age, nothing, your school, what would you say? How will you introduce yourself? Let's make it interesting. It can be like a puzzle or it can be like a story. You can say like, okay, I'm a girl, like I'm 13 years old and I like books, or I like this kind of movie, or I have gray hair. Like that. Sorry, not gray hair, brown hair. I have brown eyes. Something like that. You can, like, how will you creatively introduce yourself? You shouldn't mention your name, age, or school, anything, but you have to introduce yourself to me. Come on, guys. This is the icebreaker. I want all of you to speak, and let me warn you at first. This in the session will be highly interactive. Yes, Avishi. Okay, okay. I already know your name, but that's fine. You can still attempt the act. Yes, yes, Avishi.
Okay, ma'am. So I am 16 years old and I am somebody who has a lot of interest in literature. So I really enjoy reading books. I really enjoy writing poems. And I am a big movie nerd. So I really enjoy watching movies. And my favorites definitely have to be action films or anything that involves a fantastical element to it or anything that is fictional. Um, as for my other interests, I am somebody who loves hanging out with my friends or just people in general. And lastly, I will conclude by saying that I am also somebody who really enjoys having a lot of tasty food, be it from whatever part of the world. I just enjoy having a lot of delicious food. So you could say that I'm a bit of a foodie in that regard.
Thank you, Avishi. That was so wonderful, and thank you for volunteering at first. So, all we know is Avishi is an avid reader. She loves food. She's a foodie. She's a movie buff, and she's an extroverted person. Thank you, Avishi. So, who's going next? Yeah, we can talk about anything. I think what interests you. You could be an F1 fan or anime lover, or you could be an artist, dancer, singer. The floor is open. Come on, guys. Describe yourself.
May I go next?
Yes, yes, please.
Yes, so I'm 17 years old, and by my profile pic, I guess you can understand that I am a very huge anime fan. Similar to Avishi, I like reading, and I'm more of a literature leaned over person, and I have written 3 books till now.
Wow,
Yeah,
great.
and, yeah, and they're published, and I I'm a person who likes to connect with new people, who likes to meet new people, and then yeah, I'm just drawn to things very easily. So
Wow.
like
Yeah, that's
if
great.
you give
That's
me
great.
something, if you like ask me to do something, I will stay concentrated on it for a while because new things generally interest me a lot, and working on it and then finding out more about it is something that I like to do.
Okay. Thank you, Akansha. So we have a published author here. So would you like to talk about the books you published? Like
The
what is
books
it about briefly?
Well, I'm more of a thriller, action kind of person. I like
Okay.
reading books as well. So by reading, I had this interest. I mean, I've been reading from a young age, and I just love reading books. I like buying and reading, and it's like one of my best pastime. So once we had an opportunity in school to write and publish books, so I just took the opportunity and did
Okay,
it.
wow. Interesting, interesting. Thank you so much, Akansha. Thank you.
Thank you,
So,
ma'am.
yeah, okay, yeah. So, I'll read out the responses also. Hey, I'm a girl. I'm someone who finds joy in creativity, whether it's through reading, writing, or quiet moments of reflection. I'm a person who is nerdy enough to understand anything. Wow, interesting. Yes. Very good. Yeah, this is the kind of responses I'm looking for. Like, you can follow a similar format like this. Yes, I want more responses. You can type in, you can unmute and talk, you can do anything. Come on, guys. Okay, any more responses? You can just unmute and talk also. Like don't bother yourself typing. So yeah, we will have a lot of interactive sessions here. So don't feel shy. Just unmute yourself and talk. Okay. Some of you
Excuse me,
have.
ma'am.
Yes, yes.
Uh, is this the question we need to answer, right?
Yeah, yeah.
If you would ask me to mention my name without saying my name, then I would say uh, a skinny boy who's good at art, who loves playing cricket, is a very good swimmer, and
Wow, interesting.
yes,
Yes.
and he loves reading books, and people would understand who I am if you ask it
Okay.
in my school.
Thank you. Thank you, Soham. So, pretty much what I'm gathering is all of you are avid readers. You guys are reading a lot. Very good. That's good. And Soham is a cricketer. He's a swimmer. Interesting. Very good.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes. So,
Excuse
okay.
me.
Some of you have written in the chat also. Okay, I'll read that as well. Okay, Diksha. I'm a creative girl and I'm interested in psychology. I love the place that is full of peace, like temples. I'm a foodie. I love communication. I just love listening to people know more about routine, their past, and their goals. Interesting. Thank you. Thank you, Diksha. Palki. Hi, I'm Palki. Someone who finds stories and emotions and meaning in silence. Wow, profound. I've written a book titled, oh my God, all of you guys are big shots here. I've written a book titled Breathing Through Life, inspired by real feelings, healing, and the art of surviving gently. Along with writing, I'm deeply interested in psychology, especially understanding the human mind, behavior, and emotions. Wow. So we have two published authors here. Interesting. I'm a girl who likes to play cricket and to dance. Wow. Another fellow cricketer and a dancer. Interesting.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm Yash. Like, I'm a boy. I'm really interested in understanding the world. Like, career-wise, I love to explore technology and sciences. But apart from that, I am spread very thin across a lot of things. Like, I like psychology. I love to understand how people function, like how they think in different situations. And I also engage myself a lot with politics. Like, I mean, getting to know politics a lot. I like history as well. And if you ask me, like, I prefer having deep talks about any kind of serious matter or life with people rather than just, small talks. But I rarely get the chance to do that. And
Okay.
also, like, I'm not a avid reader like everyone else here, but I love to read sometimes fictional, but mainly non-fictional because it helps to improve myself. And like I was actually thinking of taking the AI course, but right now I have my boards upcoming, so I thought that I'll take something which will be like lighter for me, and I'm interested in this as well because career-wise I'm going to go in that field now or later on, but I'll get to learn this right now. That's why.
Wow. Interesting. Thank you. Thank you, Yash. Okay. Anyone else? Okay, I'm a girl who loves sports, especially basketball. Wow, interesting. Very artistically oriented, and I do anything that excites me. Being able to connect with people naturally and quickly is my biggest blessing. Wow. Okay, then I think we can move on to the next question. Like I said in the beginning, I have created few questions. Like some of them are from the videos you attended, and some of them are like open-ended, which we can have a discussion about. So I'll move on to the questions. So what words come to your mind when you hear the word humanities? You can just type in, I think this is a one word question. So just don't think much, just type in what comes to your mind when you think about this term. Okay, like people who are typing in the chat, you can type in the Mentimeter also. Like there will be an option. So if you type if you type there, I can see it in the screen. Sorry, what I'm doing. Yeah. You're able to type, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah. So when you type in, this is what I want. So we'll just collect the keywords and we'll build the discussion from that. Culture, yes, very good. Art, of course, people, excellent. Yeah, let's build a vocabulary, then we'll take it from there. Understanding, yes. Belief system, wonderful. Religion, yes. Development, people and culture, wonderful. Responsibilities, okay. Society, yes. Belief system, culture, art, understanding, emotions, yes. Okay, some of you are typing in the chat as well. People and culture, okay. Coping mechanism, okay. Thoughts, very good, yes, of course. Okay, so these are all the keywords. I'll take culture, culture and society, people and culture. So let's take people, culture, society, belief systems, arts, emotions, and understanding the human behavior, thoughts, development. Yes. So with this, we'll move on to the next slide. So which of these is a branch of humanities? I know this is, all of you know it, but still. Yes, yes, yes. All of you got the answer. Yes, it's philosophy. So I'll move on to the next question. So now you said like literature and we discussed like literature and philosophy. So what else do you think come under humanities? What are the subjects? What do we study in humanities? What do we do? Culture. Yes, yes. We read a lot about culture. Memory studies, yes, wonderful. So all of you listen to the videos. History, yes, of course. We need to hold these pillars simultaneously, like culture, history, society, psychology, sociology, history. Wonderful, wonderful. Anime, yeah, that is also a text that we can consider anime also as primary text. Yes, almost anything that involves people and their association with the world. Yes, okay, that's a broad. Manga, yes, yes. We have researchers working on anime and manga, and yes, media, of course, yes, yes. Media comes under humanities as well. Yes. Okay, interesting. All the main branches which involve humans. Okay. Politics, psychology, history, evolution of technology. Yes, yes. Religion, gender studies. Yes, wonderful. How people are segregated into different responsibilities based on sex. Yes, wonderful. History, ethics, community, communication. Yes, wonderful. So with this, I will move on to the next question. So this is like a task. So is this place real, imagined, or symbolic? Okay, imagined. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, imagine, of course, but we can take it under symbolic as well because it represents something, right? It is not something that's meaningless. It has a meaning, it has a significance. There are people who live and they follow certain things. Yes, yes. Yeah, we can take different perspectives. There is like no correct single answer. There's no single right answer, right? We can have different perspectives. Yes, so it can be considered as symbolic as well as imagined. It depends on the person. It's highly subjective. Yes, wonderful. So of course we all communicate on daily basis, right? So which is the most used form of communications you use nowadays? Of course, it's WhatsApp message, but still you can rank these communication based on your preference as well. Of course, now WhatsApp message is the easiest way to reach someone. Reels as well. Email also, if it's official, we can keep it email. Letter and all, I think it's a lost art now. Yeah. And we can see how interestingly this forms of communications is segregated. If you want to text your friend, you can text in WhatsApp, you can ping them, you can send email, right? Like reels, right? But if it's an official form of communication or something from school, or say even the school connect course, we send an email, right? So we can see how everything is digital message only, but we have segregated it. Like email is more official, WhatsApp and Insta is like you can use it for friends, with friends and family. Yes. Okay. So, of course, when was the last time you sent an emoji, watched a reel, or Googled something? Of course, everybody would have done it, right? Even today. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Okay, almost everyone would have done it today, even few minutes before. Okay, now I have a question, like following up what we discussed in forms of communication. So, which one do you think is more permanent? An ancient cave painting, newspaper article, or an online meme? Okay, most of you are saying paintings. Okay, let me wait. But paintings are difficult to save, right? Like, yeah, if it is digital, you can save it for a long time. If you have to maintain and you have to preserve an actual physical painting, that that's a very difficult process as well. Yes. Newspaper article again, if it is a physical copy, it will be destroyed in weeks and months again. But if it is a digital copy, you can still save it and we can source it, right? We have records from years. So still we can access it in libraries. Yeah. No, online meme, yeah. Like there is this saying, right? So something, if you put something on the internet, you can always trace it back, right? Yeah, it will end up somewhere in Reddit or Facebook or Instagram. Even Instagram saves the stories, right? Even if it's 24 hours, but it still saves, it will be in the digital archives, right? Yeah. So again, yeah, I accept all three. Okay, interesting. Okay, so before this question, so like whatever we discussed now, we discussed about how communication is the like basic significant thing like that makes us different from other living beings, right? Like human beings can communicate their thoughts and their feelings. So, and we also spoke about the different forms of communication. Nowadays, our most like used form of communication is digital communication, like say a message or an Instagram reel or email. But in like there are different forms of communications, like say storytelling. You can communicate with your authors by writing books. We have so many published writers with us here today as well. So now tell me, like, what do you think are the important features of storytelling? Which are the things that appeal to you personally? Say like, okay, I'll wait for a minute. Okay, so all of you are saying characters are most important. Okay, interesting. Setting, yes, that is also there. Because the circumstances, the environment we are in, that also influences us, right? And it's vice versa also. We also influence the environment around us. And yeah, so and again, environment setting is also important. Resolution and conflict. Yes, of course. Yeah. We need to have something, right? Some meaning or some issue that is being solved in the story, right? Because otherwise it becomes less interesting or less significant. Yeah, so you all agree this goes in this order. Majority, character, setting, conflict, and there is a resolution. Yes, that is how the story arc goes, right? There is a rising plot, there is a solution, there is a conflict, then we get the solution. So that is how the plot is developed. So the setting is established, the characters are written, there is a plot raising, then there is the resolution. Okay, wonderful. So now we spoke about the forms of communication and why do we need to communicate and why do we need to tell stories? So why do you think we need to tell stories? One, what makes a story universal? Emotions. Exactly. Because even though when I'm reading a book, if I am not even sure about the protagonist, I may not even know the protagonist, but still I can feel their emotions, right? Yes. Connection again. Wonderful. Emotion, connection, relatability. Yes. So what makes the character relatable? Yes. Message is also there. Yes, of course. Because we have different genres of stories, right? We have moral stories, we have historical stories, we have myths about stories, about legends and everyone. And culture also, of course. Wonderful. So our first way of getting exposed to a different culture is by reading, and the stories we heard grew up from our grandparents, right? So that is how we know about the culture. Yes. Interaction again. Facts. That is also there. Because how do we know about the people around the world? Because there is an account of a fact about their story. So that's how we get to know about the stories, right? Yeah, and pretty sure we have so many writers in the crowd. They all also agree. Yes. So why do we need stories? So the basic thing is like human connection. We need to communicate thoughts and feelings and how it's relatable to us, how it is emotionally appealing to me. So for example, even if you watch a reel on Instagram, why would you even like it? Because it will have something that appeal to you, right? So okay, so the reel is about say sleeping habits. So if it appeals to you, you will like it, right? And even the algorithm works in that way. It will push the reels according to your likes and dislikes. So how are we connecting on a human level? So the relatability and emotional appeal that makes us connect with one other person. So in order to communicate our feelings and emotions, we need stories. And stories spread across the world faster and it has larger scope. So that makes the story universal, right? Yes. Shared or conflict bias. Yes, that is also there. Relatability, situation, exchange of ideas, behaviors. Yes, wonderful. Okay, so now we spoke about story, the importance of story, and the different facets of a story. So now, why do you think storytelling is important in shaping a society? Why do you think? Okay, you're all saying very important, but why? I want the why part. You can unmute yourself and talk.
We
So
can
why do
understand
we?
that
Yes.
we can understand the different perspectives of different people.
Yes. Wonderful.
A story,
Even
it often
yes,
helps
please.
us it often helps teach a lesson. That lesson can be used to draw an inference from, and as Dhanya said, if I'm pronouncing their name right, that when we are able to learn from the experiences of people and see how they think, it might resonate with us, so it might help influence our decisions in a society.
Yes. Thank you, Vicky. Yes. Any more responses?
Ma'am,
Excuse me.
so like,
Yes.
okay. No, go ahead.
Yes.
Uh,
Example, Mahabharatam, Ramayanam.
Yeah. Yes. Wonderful examples. Yeah. Anyone else? Yes.
Yes, ma'am. So it's like we have been told stories from our childhood, and all those stories, like, the crocodile and the monkey, and then many other small stories that we hear when we are kids, that shows us a lot of morals, a lot of things that we grow up learning about. So I feel that's the best thing to like adopt. That's why it's important.
Yes, Akansha. Thank you. Yeah, like from all the examples you have given, we can see that even the storytelling is like part of every culture, right? Say, like if we say like we have Ramayana, Mahabharata, and in Greek mythology, we have a lot of such stories, right? We have myths and stories across all cultures, and that makes it so special. Like some of you said, it makes us understand multiple perspectives, right? We have the same story in some other culture as well. So yeah, wonderful.
Ma'am,
So I'll yes.
also the way you formulate your story, the way the things goes in your story determines how it is interpreted by people. Because the same situation can be described in many ways.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Yes, that is also there. The way we tell a story, right? Yeah. Wonderful. Okay, then. So now we spoke about story, right? So now can you think an object like a monument or a statue or a building or in today's terms, our app or a reel, can it tell a story? Yes, of course, Taj Mahal. Yes, yes. So now let's go beyond the already known examples. So you can tell me a real life example also, like how something resonates with the story, even as simple as like a reel or meme or anything. It can show you the journey, the troubles and experiences of the structure or monument. Yes, yes, of course. Yeah, even paintings also like that, right? Like even the pictures we post on Instagram, like I said, we will always post it with a caption, right? And the caption has something to tell about the story. Yes, every place carries its own story. Yes, even places, okay, I didn't include it. Even places has great stories to tell, right? There is a story everywhere when you look at it. Even a piece of thing, anything can be like a comb also. It could belong to a different era. It would be belong to someone of a great historical importance. Yes, yes. So we all can agree that like there is a story on like everything. Mona Lisa, yes. Many buildings also. Yeah, we have significant buildings. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Wonderful. Okay, then I will move on to the question. So we spoke about stories, right? And so a lot of you gave wonderful examples, like how it resonates with ourselves, our culture. So now I wanted to think about characters, like which fictional character or any historical characters do people still use today to describe our real life behavior? So I've given two examples here, like Romeo and Juliet. They are considered as the greatest lovers of all times, right? And Narcissus, he is someone who is so obsessed with himself. So Sherlock Holmes. Yes. Yeah, we all would have heard this, right? Whenever we are doing something snoopy or like inspecting something, like, oh, what you are Sherlock Holmes? Are you a great detective? Again, yeah, Newton also there and Einstein also there. When someone is smart or brainy, we like call them like, oh, you're Einstein. What? Yes. Okay, Naruto. Okay. Grinch, yeah, that is also there. Like don't be a buzzkill, don't be a joy kill, don't be a Grinch. Yes, Harichandra. Yes, yes. I think it's very familiar. Yeah, even in our household life, like when we don't lie about something, like oh you're Harichandra or what. Yeah, Hermione is also there. Yeah, of course. I think we all can relate to Hermione, like because she is like only mug blooded. I think if I'm using the term correctly. Yeah. She is the only outsider of the Hogwarts. Karna, yes, yes, wonderful example. Like, yeah, see, like all of us are familiar with them, right? Even though, like, most of the characters you have mentioned here are imaginary and fictional, but still, all of us are able to relate to their characteristics, right? So, that is what I think makes the story relatable to all of us, right? Yeah. And there are like lot of examples. Okay, I'm still waiting. Bob Ross artist, okay. And even from books, movies, and series, anime, whatever we watch, like the character sticks to us, right? Even though it's fictional or whatever. Okay, from okay. So, like I was saying, like even the Greek mythology, we have so many, like Sisyphus myth. I'm pretty sure all of you would have heard about it, like how he's carrying on the same boulder up above the mountain. So we used to refer our mundane life as like the Sisyphus myth. Yes, like one must imagine Sisyphus happy. And so many other things, Icarus, who flew too close to the sun and he burnt his wings. So every day in our life, real life examples in our conversation, we use these characters, right? And so seamlessly, even I think it's in our muscle memory. We use it without even realizing it. So we all can agree, like that's the beauty of stories, right? Like how it is it is into the back of our minds, right? So like we are using it in our day-to-day conversation and how these characters that influence us even still today and it's still relatable today. So that is the beauty of it. Yes. Tony Stark, okay. Interesting examples. Okay, wonderful. Okay, then I will move on to the next question. So yeah, I think everyone knows answer to this question because I'm sure you've watched the videos. Yes. Yes. In Galileo's time, what was the accepted view of the universe was like Earth is at the center. They all believed it, right? And of course, his theory was rejected and he was punished because he went against the accepted worldview. So in this very example, we can see that like how if you challenge old beliefs, like how Galileo did, you will be seen as a threat to the society. Like blasphemy, right? If you're going against some existing belief, it's considered as a blasphemous act. Like, okay, no, how can you say that? That is wrong. So why do you think it might be challenging old beliefs be seen as dangerous? Yes, of course, it brings up conflict. Yes, breaking rules. Yes, because we have always been taught to fit inside the box, right? But we need to think outside it sometimes. Yes. Like the Galileo's example, like most of the truths were initially rejected as something stupid or like that, right? Yes, of course. Wonderful. Change is always scary. Like, how can you say that? Like, one day you just go and say that the Earth is not at the center of the universe. So they were not able to believe it. So instead of going on and researching about it, they simply chose to punish Galileo for like, why, how can you say such blasphemous statement? Yes, wonderful. Burned by fire, being called as witches in Galileo timeline. Yes, yes. Going against tradition and ruining it, want to maintain consistency, rigid mindset and superstition, discrimination in gender. Yes, yes. It might be seen as an attempt to weaken the current political structure and damage the hierarchy of power, benefiting only a certain group of people, the church. Yes, yes, wonderful. Yes, yeah. Then what was believed? The church, like this, whatever is told by the church, it is considered as like something very powerful, and it's like the only thing you need to believe. You cannot go against the church. No, you cannot even think about it, right? Yes, in today's term, it's equivalent to something like going against the government, like an anarchist. If you do something against the government, you'll be considered as an anarchist. Yes, people have spent their lifetimes around some idea and they can't accept something new. Yes, that's how we are being conditioned, right? If I would like to give vocabulary to this thought, it's like conditioning. We are being conditioned in certain way and with certain belief system. So as we are part of the society, it's like a huge group. We live as a society and we have been conditioned to think in a certain way. So you need to believe in certain things and you need to follow certain group or you should belong to a community. So only then you will be accepted by the society. Yes. So people have spent their lifetime. So imagine you spent your entire life believing on something and someone comes and prove, no, it is wrong. So initially it gives you a shock, right? It's very difficult to understand. And I think today the equivalent to this is, right, whenever we look at a video, the first thing that comes to our mind is it AI or real? So every day I am stuck in this dilemma. I need to make sure that, okay, this is AI, or I'll be like, oh, this video is so interesting. Then I'll be like, no, I go and check the comments and it'll be like, it's AI. So this is the equivalent we can talk in those ideas because before things were discovered or invented or something. Like now we have theories to prove about everything, right? We have proof for everything. But in the olden days, when these records or histories were not written, so it was very difficult for people to understand. So, and now you can see that how these stories are helping us. Now we have a written record about everything and proof about everything, and we know stories and historical evidences. So it makes our life easier. Okay, intelligence would pushed away his inventions, whether he would have become a more intelligent than them. Yeah, that is also there. Like the people, the theorists, they publish theories against each of them. Like, okay, he proved this theory wrong, and the other forthcoming theorist cancel this theory. Yeah, that is also there. It may tend to change other thoughts or ideas, like scientific theories changed. Yes, that is also there because like I was saying before, like even the theories, they get changed or rewritten or being proven wrong by the upcoming scientists and theorists, right? So that is the thing we need to understand. It keeps evolving and we should always be open to change. Yes, like I said, like there's no single truth or no single belief system or value system. There are just multiple perspectives, and we need to be open to understand multiple perspectives. Yes. Radical change requires either mass scale revolution or uprising or gradual change over generations. Yes, yes. Wonderful responses. Okay. So now we spoke about historical accounts of theories, stories. So now how do you think we live in this human-machine integration world, right? So we are so blended in with technology. We use technology for everything and anything on a daily basis. So how do you think this technology has changed the way we tell stories? Easily propagated. Yes, well put. Words to visuals. Yes, that is also there. Like I said, I can just put one meme, right? I can just convey the entire story in one meme. So if you just look at the meme, you will be able to understand it, right? Like memes are now like cultural codes. Like you can decode the meanings of the meme by just looking at one picture. Multifaceted. Wonderful. Yeah, now we have multiple perspectives to the same story, right? Transformative. Okay. More gibberish, less content. Okay. Imaginative. Yes, that is also there. Transformative, more to fascinate. One peak is equal to 1,000 words. Yes, memes, right? We can take memes as a good example of how the way technology has changed the way we tell stories. Like I was saying earlier, even if I put a reel, that there is always a story, right? The reel will be about something. So we tell stories in almost every way of communication, via reels, via post, or via Instagram. Everything has a story to tell, right? Yes. Even the status or story or the content we put in or we upload in Instagram, it always has a story to tell. Yes. Okay. Then I'll move on to the next question. I think we discussed it all along, but still I'm just putting it out to hear your thoughts. So why do humans feel the need to create and share stories? Why do you think, like, what is the primary need? Now, like you can say, like we already have several stories, we already have written so many stories, we have historical accounts, we have fictional accounts, we have biographies, autobiographies, mythological characters, so many other things. So why do humans feels like the basic need to create and share stories? Yes, wonderful. Exchange of thoughts. Yes. Connection of mindsets, making an impact, expressions of feelings, validation of thoughts, emotional support, to escape oblivion, yes. Self-expression, wonderful. Sharing ideas, yes. Influence people, yes, that is also there. Because like there is a lot of inspiring stories, right? We get influence because in yeah, like it just takes a one impacting speech or one good story to create a transformation or influence in you, right? It can actually change the entire perspective of a human, like before you get to know a story. So that's why we even say that, right? Like someone is always, they have a story to tell. That there is this saying, right? Like after you hear the story, of course you will change your mind. Yeah. Experience, yes. Connecting with people. Make an impact, yes. For the welfare of others, yes. Yeah. Because most of the stories, they enlighten you about something which you don't know, right? Because and even in the introduction, most of you said like you would like to learn and know more, right? So that is how we learn, right? Exchange of ideas by sharing thoughts, writing stories. Yes, and it all connects us on a more human level. Yeah, we all feel connected, right? The moment I said the few stories, we all connected, right? Yeah. Wonderful. And like before, we like physically recorded things in writing, like oral storytelling was the only means of communicating, right? So that's how we got to know about our ancestors and the way they lived before we actually did like encrypted notes or like encryption or writing. before the very act of writing, oral stories existed, right? So that is how we get to know. Even like when you talk to your parents or your grandparents or someone in the community or someone in your street or in your area, when you go and talk to the person, you will know about a lot of stories, right? Like they will tell you like how even a one street put a lot of stories, like how did the street ended up getting the name, and like who are the people lived there and what was there before you were there. So that is how we get to know, right? So like stories, it shapes identity and it gives identity to the place, people, and to even a whole entire community or a group of people. Yes. So now, like we have discussed things, so keeping that in mind, so I would want you to think of a novel, a film, a song, or anything that you think helped change society's thinking, because we have been discussing how the society rejects thought, something that is unaccepted by the masses. So how do you think, like, you can think of an example, like before watching the movie or listening to the songs, you were completely oblivious to the fact. And after watching the movie or novel, it changed your mindset on something. Yes, Oppenheimer. Yeah, wonderful, wonderful example. To Kill a Mockingbird. Yes, yes. Interstellar. Yes. Okay, okay, Chinnanayagam. I think it released. You already watched it. Okay. Inception. Yes. Okay. Okay, 2.2. Is it what 2.2? Is it okay? I don't know the movie. It could be anything, like even these songs also, right? It also plays a huge role. There are a lot of these protest songs and songs that has profound meaning, right? Like for example, even Michael Jackson's song, Bob Dylan's song. There are a lot of pop songs which that talks about the politics and the existing political climate of like whatever is happening in that area. Yes. Padman. Yes. Wonderful. The Diary of a Young Girl. Yeah. Yes. Yes. We all know, right? This, right? Like the moment I said Anne Frank, so now we all know. So how we all know that? Because it is based on the diary entries of an young girl who survived Holocaust. So that's how we all got to know, right? So now I can. There's no need for me to infringe on the importance of storytelling anymore. Yes, Believer song. Yes, yeah, they really don't care about us. Michael Jackson song. Yes, yes. Fictional song by Kelo Rose. Yes. Labor song. Yes, yes. Even though like it's a very, very powerful song. Yes. And you like look at the lyrics. Yes. Shashank Redemption. Yes. Wings of Fire. Like I said. Yeah. Biographies and autobiographies. They play like huge role, right? When you get to know about the person, like how the way they were born and raised and what influenced them. So when you read biographies of like people like Wings of Fire and so many other great personalities, it inspires us, right? Okay, what made them think like this? What made them do certain things for the country? And yeah, PK, Three Idiots. Yes, yes, PK also. Yes, yeah, it really changed our mindset on like the way we see religion and everything. Yes. Three Idiots, wonderful. Interstellar, Earth Song, yes, by Michael Jackson. Angrezi Medium, yes. Dark Knight, Scars to Your Beautiful, yes, Elizabeth. Before the Law, yeah. Bhagavad Gita, oh wow, very profound. Music therapy for concentration, like listening music like alpha music. Wonderful. Again, great examples. Okay, so now, like how we study history books about our ancestors and people who lived before, right? So what will happen if you think like now the digital records are our databases we are leaving on the digital footprint, right? The Instagram reels and everything. So those are the archives we have now, right? So what do you think if the future historians study our Instagram reels like instead of textbooks? So what would they learn about us? Corona, okay. Yeah, so that is what I have been even saying from the beginning. So now the equivalent to history books, now we have AI and Instagram reels and social media reels. So if someone need to look up on me, the thing they need to go through my Instagram or Facebook or something. So that's where I left my data and my digital footprints are there, right? So now we can treat our social media accounts as a digital archive. Because if you dig up on your account, say for like some 10 years ago, you can still look at the reel you made, the poster you made. And Instagram also has this feature like you changed your username 12 times. You opened your Instagram 10 years ago. And I think pretty much every social media app is doing that. Even Snapchat, they send you memories, right? Last year, this time, and Instagram, Facebook, everything. So now we can consider this social media as the digital archive, which we can use to study the current generation. Yes. Okay. Okay, so you're taking a different take on this. How we use technology, a world without family instruction. Okay, so most of you are talking about the negative aspects. Okay. Our empathy. Oh, cringe. Yeah, again, this word itself, it's a huge example of like how we are all always online. It's just like an online lingo, right? Like brain rot, cringe. This also we can see how nowadays technology makes it very easier for sending in information, right? It spreads across the platform in within seconds, right? That makes social media very powerful. Like we go viral within seconds and we don't even know how it went viral, but it goes. So we get this instant reach and global access from sitting at the comfort of your home. Yeah, that is also there. Coping mechanism to get away from harsh realities of life. Okay. Yeah, like even all of these vocabulary we can see, like brain rot, cringe, AI, most of you are said. Yeah, we can see like how these lingo have changed the way technology is influencing and still influencing our lives. Okay, I think it's time you guys take our digital detox. Like most of you are saying you are watching brain rot content. Okay, but still you can limit your screen time. 6, 7 seems something with deep meaning. Let's numerologists know. Okay. Okay, then I think I'm done with the questions. Yeah. So if you have anything to share or if you want like any kind of activity, if you want to give me suggestions which we can take up for next class, you can let me know. You can still
Altogether, it was a very altogether it was a very fun session.
yes, who is talking now? Sorry, I couldn't hear it. Is it Akansha?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Altogether,
Akansha.
I meant to say that it was a very fun and interactive session.
Yeah, thank you. So this is what I've been planning to do with you guys. So using this Mentimeter because it really facilitates the interactive aspect. So we'll talk about different aspects and different topics. So today, since the videos was on storytelling and history, so I kind of talked about that. So next class also similarly we'll talk about mostly kind of similar to the videos. We'll take it in the larger picture and we'll talk it here. So if you have any suggestions, like if you have any topics which you would like to discuss also, we can do, let me know. And if you have any questions regarding the courses or anything, I think you're all pretty familiar with the discussion forum. You'll be able to find the discussion forum in the portal. You can type in your questions. So either me or the School Connect team, one of us will certainly respond. And if you have any questions which I need to address, like specific questions, there is a G form, I think, being floated across before every live session. You can put in your specific questions there. So, okay. You want to talk about literature and art, okay. Okay, movies. Yes, yes. I have a certain, I have one session, separate session alone for movies. Like, let's talk about that. You should know something about human personality, how humans interact with discomfort. Okay, sports. Okay. So yeah, so like this is to just give you a brief idea of about how our live sessions will be like. So it will be mostly like this. So I'll bring in few activities and we'll discuss on certain topics using the Mentimeter, and we can also have debate sessions like wherein I'll give you prompts. You can come prepared, or you can give me prompts, and I'll give you time for preparation, and we can have a proper debate session and discussion. And so mostly it will be like this, like it's very interactive, fun. So yeah. So again, if you have any questions, please type it in the discussion forum. I will reply. And if you have any specific questions related to the live, you can fill it in the Google form. And thank you all for joining on a Saturday evening. I hope you're all enjoying your New Year and holidays. So, and thank you for being so interactive on the very first class itself. So yeah, otherwise I will feel bored talking to the screen. So thank you all for being so interactive, and the responses also. I really enjoyed reading all of your responses in the Mentimeter. It really helped facilitate the discussion. Yes. Yes, I'll make note. Also, how evolutionary instincts influence our lives, a broader perspective. Yes, we'll discuss all those in the coming classes. We'll keep discussing in the live sessions. And thank you all for joining on this session, and thank you all for speaking so wonderfully well. So then I'll let you go. You guys have a happy weekend, happy holidays, and I'll see you all on next live session. Bye.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Bye,
Bye. Thank
Abhishek.
you.
Bye, everyone. Bye. Thank you.
Ma'am, it was a great session. We really enjoyed it.
Thank you, Yash. Thank you.